Someone's sitting in your LinkedIn DMs right now offering you 500 backlinks for £99. Someone else wants to charge you £500 a month for a robust link building campaign. I'm here to tell you that for most small B2B service websites, both of them can fuck right off. This is SEO fucking what? I'm Nikki, and I've been doing SEO for over 30 years, before it was even called SEO. I help people like you get found on search and make money from your website. Today, we're doing the episode I've been putting off because I know I'm going to get shit for it. From every link building agency, every LinkedIn guru who's built their entire business model around convincing you that backlinks are the answer to everything. We're talking backlinks, what they are, why the industry has built an entire cottage economy of absolute bollocks around them, and why for most small business-to-business service websites, obsessing over them is an absolute waste of your time and your money. Start with some history, because this matters, and nobody selling you a link package wants you to know it.
Back in the early days of Google, the whole algorithm was built around the idea that if lots of other websites link to yours, your site must be good. The more links, the better. Simple, logical. Almost immediately, completely and utterly aimed by every SEO who realized they could manufacture links and trick the algorithm into thinking their site was more authoritative than it actually was.
Because as I've told you before, SEOs, we fuck it up for ourselves. We created link farms, private blog networks, paid directories, reciprocal link schemes where two websites just agreed to link to each other to inflate their numbers. By the mid-2000s, it was a full-blown industry. People were earning £40,000 a month selling links from networks of websites built for no other purpose than to pass link value around. I watched it happen. I watched it work. And I watched Google spend the next decade systematically dismantling all of it, while the people selling the links moved on to the next scheme and left their clients holding the bag. The Penguin update in 2012 was the big one. Thousands of websites lost their rankings overnight because of manipulative link building. And these weren't just dodgy sites, legitimate businesses, maybe businesses like yours, who trusted an agency to build links on their behalf and had absolutely no idea what was being done in their name. Businesses that took months or years to recover. Some never did. And you know what really pisses me off about that? The agencies who sold those links, they were fine. They just quietly updated their service pages, stopped mentioning Penguin, and carried on selling the next thing. The businesses left dealing with manual actions and tanked rankings, that's who paid the price. That's always who pays the price. Recovering from a Google manual action is not a quick fix. I've seen businesses go through the reconsideration request process and come out the other side still not ranking where they were before. Because without the artificial boost from manipulative links, their actual authority was lower than they thought. The links were doing the heavy lifting the whole time. And when the links went, so did everything. All that money, all that time, and they ended up worse off than if they'd never bothered. So that's the history. But what about now? Surely links still matter. You know what? They do. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that links are completely irrelevant because that's not true. And I won't say things that aren't true just to make a point. But Google confirmed in 2024 that they only need very few links to rank web pages. Their words were, over the years, we've made links less important. That's Google, the actual company, telling you directly that links matter less than they used to. Roger Monti spent 25 years in SEO and was the moderator of the link building forum at Webmaster World, back when that was the most important SEO resource on the internet. This is someone who knew more about link building than anyone alive. And he wrote a piece for Search Engine Journal last year saying it's okay to not buy or obsess over links anymore, that Google now relies far more heavily on neural networks, machine learning, user behavior signals, content quality, that links, while still a factor, are far less important than at any point in the history of SEO. And yet, go on LinkedIn right now, search for SEO. Count how many people are flogging link building packages, banging on about domain authority, insisting you can't possibly rank without a robust link building strategy. The link building industry is thriving. It's just that the thing it's selling has less value than it did when the industry built itself around it. And most of the people selling it know that, and they don't care, or they haven't updated their thinking since about 2015. Both options are fucking infuriating, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, and I fully expect my mentions to be a lively place after this one. For most small B2B service websites, and by that I mean small websites, not small B2B companies, spending money on backlinks is a waste. Not a small waste, a significant waste of money that could be doing something genuinely useful for your business. Spending hours of your time chasing backlinks is a waste. Your time and budget will do more for your rankings if you put them into your on-page SEO, your content, your site structure, than they will if you spend them buying links from people who crawled out of nowhere offering DA70 placements. And buying links isn't just a waste of money and time, it's a risk. Because Google may not penalise you today. It might not penalise you this year. But when it does, and it has done before, and it will do again, you'll be the one dealing with the fallout. Not the agency who took your money every month, not the LinkedIn tosser who told you links were everything. You, dealing with the manual action, trying to get your rankings back, wondering why you trusted people who had every financial incentive to keep selling you something, regardless of whether it actually worked. Okay, now I've got that off my chest, what should you do? A few things, and none of them involving paying anyone a penny. If you're a member of a professional association or industry body, make sure you're listing links to your website. These are legitimate, relevant links you're probably already paying for through membership fees and not using. Sort it out. If you're listed in relevant directories, check those listings are accurate and linked. Not dodgy directories that exist purely to sell links. Relevant industry directories that real people use. If you write genuinely useful content and someone finds it helpful, they might link to it without you asking. I do that all the time. That's the best kind of link there is. You can't manufacture it. You can't buy it. You earn it by not being shit. Guest posting on relevant industry publications is still worth doing if the publication is one your potential clients read and the content you're contributing is actually good. Not mass mailing the same recycled article to 200 random blogs and calling it outreach. One good guest post on one publication your clients trust is worth more than 50 links from sites that exist purely to sell placements. And that's honestly about it. Create content worth linking to. Be findable in the right places. Let the decent links come naturally. And spend the rest of your time and all of your money on the things that are actually going to help your rankings. Because the reality for small B2B service businesses is that you're not competing with massive e-commerce sites or national brands with the domain authority built over decades. You're competing with other small businesses in your sector or your area, most of whom have exactly the same patchy link profile you do. The thing that's going to separate you from them is not 100 more backlinks. It's better page titles, clearer service pages, a website Google can navigate, content that answers what your clients are searching for. All the stuff I've been covering in this podcast. All the stuff the link building merchants don't want to talk about because there's no monthly retainer in telling you to write a decent H1. Not 50 quid's worth of links from a bloke on LinkedIn who followed you 15 minutes ago and immediately DM'd you about his packages.
Ew.
After the break, I'll give you a list of jobs to do this week, and I promise you it won't cost you anything. Right, homework. And this week's homework is mostly about what not to do, which makes a bit of a change. So first of all, If you're currently paying for a link building package, stop and find out exactly what you've been getting for your money. Ask for a full report of every link that's been built. Look at the sites linking to you. Are they relevant to your industry? Do they look like real websites that real people visit? Or do they look like they were built for the sole purpose of selling links to people who don't know any better? If it's the latter, have a very direct conversation with whoever is taking your money about whether this is helping you or building up a problem that you'll be the one dealing with later. Secondly, check your existing backlinks for free. Google Search Console has a backlink report. Find it under the legacy tools in the left-hand menu. It's right at the bottom. It's a bit wobbly, but it will give you a picture of who's linking to you. Ahrefs also has a free backlink checker. Have a look at what's there. You might be surprised, and not always in a good way. And thirdly, if you're a member of any professional bodies, associations or organisations, check right now that your listing links to your website. If it doesn't, fix it today. These are usually legitimate, relevant links. You're already entitled to it. You're probably already paying for it through your membership fees. Use it. And that's it. No outreach campaigns, no link buying, no handing money to strangers on the internet. Just get a clear picture of where you stand and make sure the easy, legitimate links you're already entitled to are actually working for you. If today's episode has made you want to get your on-page SEO sorted so you're not relying on links to do the heavy lifting, go and have a look at my non-wanky on-page SEO course at nonwankyseo.com. It's everything I do for clients laid out so you can do it yourself. It's £200. There's a £20 a month option too if you'd rather spread it out. Go and have a look at nonwankyseo.com. Make sure you're following SEO fucking what wherever you're listening so you don't miss the next episode. And if someone on LinkedIn tries to sell you a backlink package, do me a favour, send them a link to this episode first. It'll save you a lot of money and a lot of future headaches. Until next time, get found, make money, stop buying fucking backlinks.